Hello, children. I'm so glad you could join me for Story Time with Stacey. Today, we're going to be talking about a famous scientist and kind of about his life. So let's see. Back in 1642, about an hour or two after midnight on Christmas Day, a little boy was born in Lincolnshire, England. He was early and he was so small, his mom said she could fit him into a mug. Can you believe that? Oh, I think that he was early because his mom was very sad. Because the little boy, who she named Isaac, his father had died 3 months before, and his name was also Isaac Newton. So anyway, Isaac grew up, and a few years later, his mom was going to get remarried. And Isaac did not like his stepfather, so he decided to live with his grandmother. And he went to school, and he did quite well in school. He loved science and math, but he was bullied. Can you believe that? So he was spurred on by these bullies, and he decided that he was going to show them, and he became the top student at that school. Well, more tragedy awaited, and his stepfather died, and his mom wanted him to become a farmer. Now, they weren't well off at all, but Isaac did not want to be a farmer. He was all up here. He loved math and science. He didn't want to work the land. So his schoolmaster convinced the mom that he should go to school. And so he was accepted into Trinity College at the University of Cambridge, very prestigious school, and he did quite well, but he had to work many jobs, and finally he got a scholarship. But in 1665, there was this huge plague. Can you believe that? And they closed the schools down for a whole 18 months. They stopped school because they wanted to stop the plague. That sounds familiar. Well, during 1666, this was known as the Annus Mirabilis for Isaac Newton. It was his miracle year because he came up with many of his brightest ideas during this year when he was stuck at home. He came up with the laws of gravity, his core ideas for calculus. He's the father of calculus, and ideas about light and color. He later went on to write a very important book, which is probably the most important scientific book of all time, called Principia. And he's probably the most influential scientist of all. And yet his life wasn't easy. But he did have that miracle year. So now that we're starting a new year, I wonder what your year will be like. Hopefully you'll set some awesome goals and it'll be your miracle year.